Mhm. Alrighty. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hmm. Shh. Looks like we have 0 people in here. That is good. Mm-hmm. All right. All right, about to sweep an hourly low here at 616. About to sweep an hourly low at 616 here, guys. on NQ. All right, 616 swept. Watch for any sort of reversal out of this. The 5,000 tick chart just hit first TP there. I'm watching. Honestly, there's nothing besides a 15-second on NQ right now. Hate to say it, but it looks like you might have to take a 15-second long. Hate to say it, guys. If you are wanting to take anything manually, here you are. This is your gap right here. If you like longs. I mean, 15 seconds, very risky, obviously. But this would be something long with a stop here. Shoot for a 1-to-1 today because it's FOMC day. Something like this. Something like that would be the play there. Let me start up some. Glad more of you are joining. That's just me talking to myself for a little bit there. Let me start up some music. Okay. There you go. There you go. Good morning, Aramir. How are you doing? How are you doing? Yeah, I'd be watching that 15-second for a long though, guys. I'm not taking it myself. I already secured a trade this morning. Took a $1,400 payout from Top Step this morning. So good. Awesome. Glad to hear. Glad to hear you're doing good. I think my Ninja Trader froze. Oh, there we go. All right, so that 15-second held, no entry. No entry there. Excuse me. Could watch. I mean, that's still maybe this 1 minute. It's very small though. Anyone wondering, I've just been loading up some random settings here this morning, playing around with stuff. With a small RR. Very small RR. All right, we're dumping here, guys. Previous day low at 560. So that, if you could find a short going into 560 right now, not bad. Otherwise, I would wait for us to sweep it and let's see if we can get a reversal. $5,000 tick just hit a second TP there. Just hit a second TP. Might have to try these out in market replay. It just took a little trade, I think, right here. For a little profit target. That's funny. Just been messing around with it. Guys, we're getting right here. This is the 1 minute chart entry here. I don't mind it. It's a V shape. We still swept that hourly low here at the 616 mark, so I do like that. We missed the previous day low by 7 points. I would have rather had to sweep that, but this is solid long off of this fair value gap right here. There it is, that gap. Again, I don't mind this trade here. It's not the best because we did miss previous day low though. I'm going to test these settings in market replay. Why not? Again, we still could easily go down to previous day low here. Previous day low is right below this wick down here. Again, I do think that's probably the draw, so. Let's see. Still don't mind this trade here. Bouncing out of this BPR. A BPR is a balanced price range. Basically just a bearish gap inside of a bullish gap. So this is also when ES had the same setup. It's an A setup on ES. And remember, I do expect, because of FOMC today, I do expect it to get choppier as the day goes on. So oof, it's 30 degrees out, feels like 14. Yikes. Not a lot of chatter in here. Maybe people are taking some FOMC day off. We'll think that. All right, guys, it's still playing out here. Again, this is the 1 minute settings we did on the backtesting stream the other day. Pretty much. Here it is. No time filter. Has 1-to-1s all the way up to 1-to-4s for the TPs. Break even stops, 40 and 120 swings, full auto, require impulse 1.1, 50 and 7 for the gap size. That's it. Sand, question about running multiple MQ strategies. I run them on different Apex accounts under my name. Yeah, you can't hedge on funded accounts. That would be considered hedging. I'm not entirely sure about like if you were in a gold long as a NQ short. I still think that would count as hedging, so you would need to have that either separate accounts for each strategy, which is generally what I would do, or check the account must be flat to enter trade. So either or. Morning, Philip. It's on different accounts. I think it's fine if it's on might be considered on separate accounts now that I think about it. Yeah, Apex hedging is more strict. Similar instruments, ESNQYM, are considered the same for hedging, so the Apex don't. I mean, it's best to just check that account must be flat to enter trade, which we have that feature in the settings. So basically, if you take a NQ long and then YM tries to get you in short, it has to check to make sure your account's not in a trade first. The point where I did long, I don't be sure. I don't know if they'll deny you from it happening once, you know. Apex is very hit or miss, I would say. Very hit or miss. I think there's a lot safer firms to go with, personally, but this is working out. Up 50 points here. Up 53 points. Got real close to that TP. Did anyone watch that video I posted yesterday? How to get funded? Doesn't look like many people watch that. Not a lot of videos get a lot of views lately. Halfway through it, gotcha. Did cool. Watched video yesterday. 32 points or so. Yep, that will work. Definitely worth a shot. Definitely worth a shot. Bulanox, if you need some accounts that are cheap, Bulanox is 91% off. $91% off. I have so many strategies enabled that I was messing with. It's messing with the average fills here. Well, yeah, it's FOMC day. I'm on sim. These are sim accounts I'm in. I'm excited for people to potentially lose money today with the bot and then be like, oh my god, the bot doesn't work. And I'm gonna have to say again that it's FOMC day. You know, like it gets tiring, man. Let me tell you, it gets tiring repeating yourself the same thing week over week for 2.5 years. You know what else gets tiring is when I do sales. The reason I don't do sales, let your mods do it. Prepare a template, yeah. The reason I don't do sales too is oftentimes the people who buy or wait for monthly sales are the wrong kind of customer. I've had probably half the people who bought the Black Friday sale, which mind you was like a little over a week ago, already canceled because the bot doesn't work. You don't know if a bot works within a week, my man. Oh my gosh. So I don't do sales. Gets the wrong kind of customers in. Or cheap bots. That's why I don't do cheap stuff. Don't really have lots of mods in the Discord either, so it's pretty much just me running the whole Discord. That's crazy. I agree. Yeah, that's why I never do sales. It's just, it brings in the wrong kind of people. So for a monthly discount, I don't think I need any moderators. It's not busy enough in there. We're in a slow season, I think. December, a little slower season. A lot of people on holiday. I don't have it on. So I don't know, Eric. I'm not sure. Saw previous day low below us again, so yeah, we actually did kind of reject the 50% level on NQ. Yes, actually got above it and is bouncing back to the upside. Oof. I have a question for you guys in the chat. Is there anything you guys want to see added to the bot? There's already a couple things I've asked Ben to add or tweak, which I think could be huge improvements. But is there anything you guys want to see specifically? I would love to know. Also, guys, if this inverses this green gap here, I do like a manual short targeting previous day low. Okay. So let me just show if I can call it out if it closes. Didn't close. You might need a chase right now though. One second, I want to show you guys this. So if this gap, ignore the trade on the screen. If this gap inverses here, a short targeting this. Okay. What was I thinking of? So I've already talked to Ben about adding a max number of bars where a trade can occur. So meaning like this gap here formed, right? This gap here formed and immediately reversed on the next candle, right? So you could type in, hey, I want it to take a trade within 5 bars of this fair value gap getting formed. That way it, you know, doesn't happen 2 hours later or something like that. It has to happen immediately. So that could be a huge feature, and you could tweak it in ways to make it very good. TP this morning. TP stop distance seems to be the main issue for my tests. Yeah, what have you guys been talking about with TP stop loss stuff? I don't get what the confusion is or whatever it is. If you want to use a separate computer to do testing, you need to create a new NinjaTrader account. No, you do not need that. Just log into your normal NinjaTrader and use your prop accounts. You can only log into one prop account at a time, like on each computer. If you logged into Apex on your main computer, you can't log into Apex on your second computer unless you purchase like a second subscription or a second add-on, but you can still open NinjaTrader and do playback and stuff. ATR based TP stop loss. I don't know about that. I don't think I want to add that. Because I also don't want to deviate much from the normal inverse fair value gap strategy. You know, if you get into some of that stuff where the TPs and stop losses are based off of the range, and it gets a little tricky. And I think it's almost the TPs and stop losses are already kind of based off the range. This trade has a big stop, right? It's like 90 points, 80 points. If the range was smaller and it took a trade, stop might be 10 points. So, I mean, it's already somewhat based off the range. Same with the TPs. TP you could maybe change to have an ATR config, but it is kind of already, you know, already based off of that, I think. That didn't inverse, it actually held. Anything else, guys? Anything else? No problem. No problem. Remember FOMC later again. Ready break even flat mode. I think because we changed the way the strategy works a little bit on the update to where, you know, you can't drag these TPs around, and that's for a reason. It's for stability reasons. I think it may have messed with some of the buttons. I think the flatten button still works. The break even and stuff like that might not. But that's because it's also on full auto mode. I mean, you shouldn't generally do that anyway. If you need to flatten the trade, you can click the close button. Yeah, I got you, Bubba. I could click the flatten button, but I don't want to risk it closing because I don't remember if it works or not, to be honest with you. But if you ever need an emergency close, just click the close button. It'll disable the strategy and close the trade. Also, another reminder, if you guys are trying to make scalpy strategies, you can put negative RR in there if you want. I'm not encouraging it, but you can put negative RRs in there, okay? So in here, you could select a custom risk reward. You could put, you know, 1 to 0.5 or 0.25 or 0.7. Okay, so you can change where those go. There. If people didn't know that. So you can also change the ATRs and put more decimal points if you want. Not that that really makes any difference pretty much, but you can. So I think I just want to call the live stream here, guys. I want to do some back testing this morning. And remember, it's FOMC day, so you really shouldn't be trading the algo anyway, at least on accounts you care about. So yeah. I'm just gonna call it here. Thank you all for joining. I'm gonna do some back testing, try to get you guys some cool settings to try out. Be careful the rest of the day because FOMC is today, so be careful. Go get some funded accounts later, and I'll see everyone tomorrow. Have a good day, guys.